There is fog on the suspension bridge. Lin Moyu just defeated another puppet. For every 3 puppets, the profession is an archer. This time, Lin Moyu took a little longer. It took about 3 minutes to call. The third puppet added 1500 attributes, and now Lin Moyu's attributes have reached 13,000. After killing it, another light fell on Lin Moyu. The warm current is stronger, and the whole body is shrouded in white light. From a distance, it looks like a ball of light is walking. 2 platforms are used as a group. Learn the skills first and then complete the challenge. If you win, you will pass. Skills are becoming more and more difficult to learn, the attributes of puppets are getting stronger and stronger, and the difficulty of challenges is constantly increasing. It is not only a test of comprehension ability, but also a test of actual combat ability. Lin Moyu realized that in fact, the forest orchard can be regarded as the first stage, and learning skills to challenge can be regarded as the second stage. This is the normal division. For years, everyone got it wrong. He guessed that it should be related to memory disorder after leaving. Everyone can't remember anything about this stage, so this stage is considered the third stage. In the end, such a version has been handed down for thousands of years. This time Lin Moyu is full of gratitude to Bai Yiyuan, Yan Guangsheng, and Meng Anwen. If it wasn't for them turning themselves into puppets for trials, they would know all professions like the back of their hands. Too. It's definitely not that easy to pass by yourself. I don't know what occupational skills the next platform will be. Swordsmen, mages, and archers all appeared. The rest should be knights, assassins, summoners, boxers and the like. Go to the 7th platform and see a stone tablet. Is there only one? A stele represents a skill. It seems to be very simple, the more so, the more Lin Moyu feels something is wrong. Walking over to take a look, Lin Moyu's eyes were filled with astonishment. Skill, Heal Shimmer. Healing Glimmer, primary healing skill, which can heal the target and restore the target's vitality. Close black lens bracket. It turned out to be a healing skill. Lin Moyu couldn't help but imagine the next challenge. He stared at a puppet who could only heal, to see who would suck the other to death first. This scene is a bit funny when you think about it. Anyway, learn it first. Lin Moyu started to learn skills. He has never been exposed to the skills of the healing department, even when he was a puppet in the God Shatta, all of them were main combat occupations. But it still doesn't bother him. Lin Moyu imagines himself as a therapist. On the battlefield and in dungeons, the healer's duty is to heal teammates. Heal injuries to restore vitality, remove control, remove curses, and remove abnormal states. This is the job of the therapist. Half an hour later, there was a glimmer of light in Lin Moyu's hand. Healing Shimmer, skills are successfully mastered. Mastering the skills of a therapist for the first time, Lin Moyu felt a little novel. Play the treatment shimmer, because there is no target, the shimmer quickly dissipates in the air. This skill must be locked on the target to be useful. After learning the skills, after waiting for more than half an hour, the stele disappeared and a new suspension bridge appeared. On the other platform, Lin Mohan had just mastered the ability to heal low light when the stele disappeared. Lin Mohan had a smile on his face. Xiao Yu's speed is really fast. She knows the most about the ancestral land, even far surpassing a god like Mo Xinghe. He is very clear about some rules in the ancestral land. Half an hour after she entered the platform, the stele disappeared. Explain that Lin Moyu is about half an hour ahead of her. She knew that only Lin Moyu could do this, and it would definitely not work for anyone else. Mo Yun and Ning Yi both frowned. They had just walked onto the platform, and before they had time to take a look at the stele disappeared. Ning Yi stomped her feet. What about the next level? Lin Moyu didn't know all this. Lin Mohan deliberately didn't tell Lin Moyu about this rule. She knew that with Lin Moyu's personality, as long as she knew this rule, she would definitely slow down and wait for them. So she deliberately didn't say anything, so that Lin Moyu could move forward with all her strength. On the 8th platform, Lin Moyu saw the puppet again. This time the test has changed, it is no longer a battle. A puppet stands in the center, and it is being besieged by 5 other puppets. Lin Moyu could tell at a glance that it was dying. At this moment, Lin Moyu understood the requirements of this test. Can't let it die. Immediately locked on the opponent, healed shimmer shot. A gleam of light immediately lit up on its body, and it seemed to have recovered a little. The treatment of shimmer is only a primary skill, and the treatment effect is average. It can even be said to be poor. Lin Moyu can only be used continuously, non-stop treatment. Even so, there is often a feeling that it is difficult to continue. The combat power of this puppet that needs his protection and treatment is too weak. In the case of 1 against 5, it is impossible to defeat the opponent. Lin Moyu gradually realized a problem: the difficulty of this level is not skills, but mental power. In the process of treatment, mental power will be continuously consumed, and no matter how much mental power is, there will be times when it will be exhausted. Then the problem is very clear: if you want to pass this level, you must join the battle to help the puppet. The various weapons scattered on the ground also illustrate this point. But now there are no combat skills at all. You can only use some fighting skills, and you must treat the puppets while fighting. It is quite difficult to play both the main combat class and the auxiliary class at the same time. Lin Moyu cast Healing Glimmer, came to the side of the puppet, and picked up a long sword from the ground. For him, all kinds of weapons are similar, just picking them up. With a light drink, he joined the battle group, and stabbed out with the long sword, helping the puppet take over one of the opponents. Ding! The two swords clashed, and Lin Moyu found that the strength attribute of the opponent was very strong, around 5,000. This attribute is enough to surpass other professionals, but for him, it is far from enough. His current strength has reached 13,000, far surpassing the opponent. Lin Moyu was healing the puppet while fighting with his opponent. Concentrating on two tasks is just a common operation for Lin Moyu, and it is not difficult. Although Lin Moyu has no skills, his fighting skills are almost perfect. In addition, he is not afraid of the opponent's attack at all. Damage transfer will transfer all damage to the skeleton. This allows Lin Moyu to attack unscrupulously. Only attack but not defend, that's what Lin Moyu is doing now. Every sword seems to be a desperate style of play. Only Lin Moyu knows that this style of play is the most reasonable and fastest. Reasonably use every advantage of oneself to destroy the enemy at the fastest speed. Power crush. Skill rolling. Ignore the attack. Under the triple advantage, Lin Moyu almost cornered his opponent in the blink of an eye. The opponent uses a skill, which is ignored by Lin Moyu. The long sword slashed across with a sharp light, directly cutting it into pieces. Its body exploded, turning into thousands of stars and melting into Lin Moyu's body. The attribute has not changed, because this assessment is not over yet. Lin Moyu continued to cast Healing Glimmer, picking up an opponent again. The puppet's fighting method is very simple and has been mastered by Lin Moyu. This time it was faster, and the opponent was already eliminated in 3 strokes. Then the third one. In a blink of an eye, the puppet Lin Moyu wanted to protect had no opponents in front of him. A gust of wind blows, and the platform becomes empty. Only the long sword in his hand still exists. Attributes increase again. All attributes increased by 3,000. From far away, another ray of light entered Lin Moyu's body. This is the third light since the start of the challenge. The warm current in the body strengthened again. Outside the ancestral land, the light flickered slightly. Ning Yi and Mo Yun were sent out almost in tandem. The two of them looked dazed and couldn't remember anything about the assessment on the platform. All the memories stay at the moment when I stepped on the platform, and I vaguely remember that I seem to learn and comprehend some things, and forget everything else. Ning Taran and Mo Xinghe were relieved to see that the two of them were fine. Ning Taran asked, "Yi, let's see how the attributes have changed." Ning Yi checked her attributes, and couldn't help but let out an exclamation. "My attributes have increased." The attribute increase is natural. Ning Taran asked, "How much has it increased?" Ning Yi said, "The strength, agility, and spirit have all increased by 3,000, and the constitution has increased by 7,000. There is also an additional feature. The vitality is increased by 20%. Hearing this value, Ning Taran heaved a sigh of relief. According to past experience, this value is normal. Mo Yun also increased as much as Ning Yi. A total of 30 people, 1 died, 26 came out. Logically speaking, there are only 3 people left in the ancestral land. They are Lin Moyu, Lin Mohan, and Sha Jin from the Sha family. The elders of the Sha family couldn't close their mouths with laughter. Through the fog again, Lin Moyu felt something was wrong. After this assessment, all items were gone with the wind. Only the sharp sword in his hand survived, which was different from the previous few times. Appraisals seemed to have changed. Soon he came to the end of the drawbridge. This time it was no longer a platform with a radius of only 20 meters. Instead, it came to flat ground. On a normal day, a person stands alone. He looks like a human being, but Lin Moyu feels that this guy is not human. The ears are slightly pointed and elongated, obviously larger than that of humans. The whole face was cut like a knife and pen, with a sense of sharpness. It looked towards Lin Moyu and said, "Wait a minute, there is still someone not here." Lin Moyu frowned, he didn't expect this guy to talk. In the next second, his pupils suddenly constricted. On its forehead, there is a jewel inlaid. Hexagonal gems. The core of life. Lin Moyu said secretly in his heart, this guy actually embedded the core of life in his forehead. Lin Moyu has always thought that this ancestral land may be related to the core of life, but he did not expect to see the core of life with his own eyes. At this time, the space twisted slightly, and Lin Mohan walked over. After seeing Lin Moyu, Lin Mohan stretched his waist. Xiaoyu is still a step ahead. Lin Moyu was not surprised at all that Lin Mohan was able to break through. In his heart, Lin Mohan was always very strong. It has been like this since childhood. Lin Mohan looked at the other party. We finally met. Hey, Life Elf, my teacher asked me to bring this to you. As he spoke, Lin Mohan took out a fingernail-sized crystal from his pocket and threw it over. Only now did Lin Moyu know that the other party was called the Spirit of Life. The life spirit took the crystal thrown by Lin Mohan, checked it, and then looked at Lin Mohan. Are you his disciple? Lin Mohan nodded. Yes, my teacher said he has done what he promised you, and you must keep what you promised him. The life elf put the crystal on the life core on his forehead, and the life core suddenly became cold. Then it threw a ball of light over, and the light fell directly into Lin Mohan's body as if it had life. Lin Mohan's whole body was shining, and his aura was also rising sharply. Lin Mohan giggled, "Thank you." The life elf was expressionless. The deal between me and him is complete, now it's your turn to test. There is only one place, and you can only leave one of the two of you. You two can duel, the winner stays. Lin Moyu didn't even think about it, no need. Lin Mohan was faster and interrupted Lin Moyu directly. No need, you send me out, leave this opportunity to him. Lin Moyu shouted, "Sister." Lin Mohan interrupted him again, and said with a smile, "Hey, this opportunity is very important to you. It is not so important to me. I have already completed the 3rd round, and I have already got what I need." Lin Moyu didn't fully believe it, and looked at Lin Mohan with doubts in his eyes. He felt that his sister was giving him the opportunity. The life spirit said, "She's right, what she got was better." Lin Mohan continued, "Don't worry, little brother, my sister has her own way to go, and the things here, my sister really doesn't need it. My sister came here just to close that deal." Lin Moyu said slowly, "Don't lie to me." Lin Mohan smiled coquettishly, "It's the puppy who is lying." This sentence reminded Lin Moyu of the past. Although Lin Mohan liked to joke a lot, he never lied to himself. Lin Mohan said to the life elf again, "Okay, send me out. I know the rules. I won't say a word about what happened here, just treat it as if I have lost my memory." The life elf nodded, and raised his finger towards Lin Mohan. Lin Mohan instantly turned into a ray of light and disappeared into the ancestral land. Then the life spirit said to Lin Moyu, "You come with me." It has a calm tone and seems devoid of emotion. In Lin Moyu's opinion, it is more like a talking puppet. Lin Mohan appeared outside the ancestral land. Her eyes are clear, and all the memories in the ancestral land are clear. As long as you pass through the 4 levels and see the spirit of life, the memory in the ancestral land will not disappear. Similarly, Lin Mohan will abide by the rules of the ancestral land and will not disclose the affairs of the ancestral land. Seeing Lin Mohan coming out, Ning Yi immediately ran over. Sister Han, you are coming out too. Is the silent language still inside? Lin Mohan hugged Ning Yi. Yes, there is only Xiaoyu left in it now. Little girl, what did you say? Suddenly a voice sounded. An old man walked up to Lin Mohan in 2 steps, staring at her closely. Little girl, you said that Lin Shenjiang is the only one left in the ancestral land, so where did my grandson Sha go? The old man has a strong breath, and his level exceeds 85, which is extremely powerful. Being rushed by his breath, Ning Yi's face turned pale, and it became difficult to breathe. Lin Mohan pulled Ning Yi behind him. His face remained unchanged. You ask me, who am I to ask? The old man's face suddenly changed, and a terrifying aura burst out of his body. Lin Mohan refused to give an inch, with a hint of disdain on her beautiful face. Do you want to fight? Sha Zhen, what are you doing? Ning Taran shouted angrily, and strode forward. Dare to bully Ning Yi in front of him, is life enough? As a god-level powerhouse, his aura is even more terrifying. It was as if a heavy punch had hit Sha Zhen's body. Sha Zhen's face slapped and he retreated 3 steps. Only then did Sha Zhen wake up. Ning Yi was Ning Taran's granddaughter and his niece Lin. Mo Yun walked up to Lin Mohan and said in a low voice, his grandson is called Sha Jin, he is the guy who kills the most animals. Lin Mohan smiled coquettishly, it's him, he must have died after killing so many animals. It's not that this kind of thing has never happened before. Didn't you teach your children and grandchildren not to kill animals indiscriminately? Sha Zhen's body trembled violently, and he murmured, I said it, why didn't you listen to Janur? You, and you. Lin Mohan pointed to several other people, you guys must be the first batch to be eliminated. In it, you kill animals more. You guys are lucky if you didn't die inside. Lin Mohan's words were like pouring a basin of cold water on these people's heads. That's right, these people were the first batch to be eliminated. I killed a lot of animals, my eyes were full of fog, and I couldn't see the things on the stone tablet clearly, so how could I pass the level? It was lucky that he didn't die inside like Sha Jin. Lin Mohan looked at the pale Sha Zhen, do you want to fight with me? Think about it first, is the Sha family trying to destroy the family? There was a faint light flickering on the back of Lin Mohan's hand, and the origin rune had begun to glow. Even if Sha Zhen is level 85, if she fights hard, she can still kill it. As for the Sha family, she also has a teacher, okay. Origin rune. Sha Zhen couldn't advance or retreat at this time, he saw the origin rune on the back of Lin Mohan's hand. Those who can get the origin runes have no power behind them. Although his Sha family is not weak, it is not the strongest either. Mo Xinghe ran over. Miss Lin calmed down. Sha Zhen only cared about his grandson, and lost his composure. Ning Taran said in a deep voice, Miss Lin, forget it, forgive him this time. Both persuaded Lin Mohan. Lin Mohan smiled faintly, well, for the sake of you two, forget it this time. Lin Mohan said to Yi, sister, let's go first, you and Moyu's matters should be settled as soon as possible, and my sister is waiting to hold my nephew. Ning Yi's face turned red. Sister Han, you're talking nonsense again. Lin Mohan laughed, activated the teleportation stone, and disappeared. After she left Good Zhao, Mo Xinghe breathed a sigh of relief. Old Sha, you almost got yourself killed just now. It can be seen that he and Sha Zhen are acquaintances. When something happened to Sha Zhen's face was a bit ugly. Brother Mo, why did you say that? Her status is unusual, she is that disciple. Who? Sha Zhen was stunned for a moment, and after thinking for a while, he realized who Mo Xinghe was talking about. Suddenly his face changed drastically, and panic rose in his eyes. No way, he murmured, unable to believe it. Mo Xinghe continued, not only that, she is also the sister of God General Lin, and God General Lin is a disciple of Mad God, White God and Shen. Sha Zhen's whole body is not well, trembling there. Ning Taran snorted coldly, in the future, keep your eyes bright, and don't bring troubles for yourself and the Sha family. After a while, Sha Zhen came back to his senses. He almost brought disaster to the Shah family, never dreaming that this stunning beauty has such a terrifying identity. Shah Jen trembled all over. Thank you, Brother Mo, for reminding me. I'll go back first and start the resurrection. Sa Jin is dead, but not really dead. There is still a chance to be resurrected. It's just that the process will be more troublesome, and some price will need to be paid. Lin Moyu followed the life spirit and entered a valley. Saw tons of animals along the way, rabbits, kittens, puppies. Then I saw snakes and various beasts. A large number of animals and beasts surround Lin Moyu. The aura on Lin Moyu's body was extremely pure, and these animals just surrounded Lin Moyu with curiosity. Even the beasts did not attack. Lin Moyu is also careful when walking. Even the ants and insects on the ground were not trampled to death. The voice of the life elf was still flat. It's good that you haven't killed animals. It's also very good that you are still alive after eating the first fruit. Your comprehension is very good. First fruit is partly credited, and your own comprehension is also high. For more than 1,000 years, you are the most qualified person I have ever met, and there is no one. His voice was flat and without emotion. But Lin Moyu could hear that he was being friendly to himself. Lin Moyu said, "What are you talking about?" The life elf said, "A light, you can see it right away." Walking into the valley, Lin Moyu felt full of vitality. There are hundreds of flowers blooming here and countless animals. All animals do not exist in reality, but are made of light elements. All of them are lifelike, indistinguishable from real animals. This is a very weird phenomenon. Although it is very real, it gives Lin Moyu a false feeling. The only reality here is the life spirit in front of you. Did you feel it? The life elf suddenly said. Lin Moyu was slightly taken aback. What do you feel? The falsity of life, the truth of non-existence. The tone of the life elf did not change, but Lin Moyu felt that there was a hint of disgust and a little bit of sadness in his tone. Suddenly the life elf stopped and stopped moving forward. At this time, a light fell down, slightly dazzling. Lin Moyu couldn't help closing his eyes. He saw it, saw the light. This is the ever-changing light, dancing and changing in the air. Sometimes it looks like lightning, piercing the space. Sometimes it is like a ball of light, spinning in the air, scattering a large number of light spots. He keeps changing, always changing, never stops. Under its light, countless false animals cheered and galloped. Right below it, the flowers and trees are constantly changing, magical and weird. From the light it sprinkles, Lin Moyu feels the breath of life. Exactly the same breath as on the creation scepter. At this moment, Lin Moyu is very sure that this light must be related to the core of life. The life elf said, "This is what you want. As for whether you can get it, it depends on your luck." Lin Moyu asked, "Am I going to touch it directly?" The life elf snorted, "So you will die." Quote. For the first time, Lin Moyu saw disdain in its eyes. The life elf continued, "Try to get close to it first, and see if you can bear its light." Speaking of life, the elf pointed lightly, and all the animals around Lin Moyu actively dispersed. Make way for a passage, aka, directly to where the light is. Lin Moyu walked towards the light, little by little. Under the illumination of the light, countless divine powers of life were injected into the body. The warm current is getting stronger and stronger, rapidly increasing geometrically. Lin Moyu's whole body was glowing, and he truly became a light man. Things go against the extreme. Too much divine power of life enters, quickly reaching the limit that the body can bear, and begins to cause harm to the body. But all the damage was transferred directly to the undead army through damage transfer. It is in this case that Lin Moyu comes a little closer to it. Lin Moyu suddenly understood a truth. Why is there not a single real living thing here despite the fact that it is full of vitality? Every plant and tree here, and all living beings, are woven by the divine power of life. This is what the life elf said, the falsity of life, the reality of non-existence. He also remembered a sentence from his previous life, when the water is clear, there will be no fish. When the divine power of life reaches the limit, it will also annihilate the living beings. Lin Moyu has come to the bottom of the light group, within reach of the light group. There was a glimmer of expectation in the eyes of the life elves. It seems to hope that Lin Moyu can take the light group. At this moment, Lin Moyu's heart moved, and the creation scepter appeared in his hand. On the scepter of creation, the life core pseudo condensed by the god of life is shining brightly. The moment it took out the scepter of creation, the light in the air seemed to have found its destination, and rushed towards the scepter of creation. The scepter of creation was instantly enveloped by a ball of light, and it burst into dazzling light, illuminating the entire valley. Lin Moyu closed his eyes instinctively, and the life spirit also closed his eyes. A large number of light clusters entered the scepter of creation, and used it as a medium to flow into Lin Moyu's body. Boom! Lin Moyu's body trembled violently, and all the restrictions were broken at this moment. Return of skills, return of attributes. All the previously accumulated attributes became basic attributes at this moment and were added to Lin Moyu. After taking first fruit, all attributes of Lin Moyu will be increased by 10,000. After passing 4 levels in a row, all attributes will be increased by 6,000. 3 infusions of divine power of life, constitution increased by 8,000, vitality increased by 30%. These attributes, at this moment, are all added to Lin Moyu's own attributes without any omission. Strength, agility, and spirit increased by 16,000. Constitution increased by 24,000. Vitality increased by 30%. But as the light continued to flow in, his physique and vitality continued to increase. The life core pseudo on the scepter of creation is also shining, and some kind of magical change is taking place. Lin Moyu feels that it is moving towards the real core of life. At this time, several fragments flew out from the hexagonal gemstone on the forehead of the life elf. The fragments are not large, and together they are the size of a few fingernails. But these fragments all contain majestic divine power of life. The fragments flew over and merged into the core of life, making the breath of the core of life more pure and massive. The life elves knelt on the ground, not daring to resist. As early as when Lin Moyu took out the scepter of creation, it had already knelt on the ground. The divine power of life has finally reached its limit and no longer flows in. The light and the creation right are finally separated. The group of light seemed to be flying in the air, spilling down on the earth with the breath of life. But Lin Moyu could see that it was much smaller than before, at least 3 points. The creation scepter became more crystal clear, like a perfect white gem. The same is true for the life core above, which looks perfect. Lin Moyu's heart moved, and he used the detection technique. Creation Scepter Core Damage Mythical Weapon, all attributes plus 400,000, available above level 90. Skills: Light of Life, Light of Destruction. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. Light of Life, it can fully heal the target. Close black lens bracket. Light of Extinction, it can cause a fatal blow to the target. Close black lens bracket. The Creation Scepter has changed, it is no longer a pseudo-core, but a broken core. This shows that the pseudo-core has turned into a real core of life. It's just not fixed yet. The 3-use limit is gone, and its identity as a mythical weapon is restored. This is the weapon that the god of life should have. Mythical level weapons, only in the damaged state, can add 400,000 to all attributes. It also has 2 skills. It can both heal and kill enemies. Lin Moyu suddenly thumped in his heart. Although the Monarch Scepter incomplete that I had obtained was only a legendary weapon, its total attributes were actually increased by 500,000. It is stronger than the mythical Scepter of Creation. In this way, the Monarch Scepter should be the weapon left by some god. No comparison, no harm, Lin Moyu was greatly shocked. While thinking, Yi Guang saw the life spirit. The life elf was kneeling on the ground at this time, and seemed to be trembling a little. What's wrong with you? Lin Moyu was puzzled, not understanding why it was kneeling. The life spirit said, the servant pays homage to the master. The voice is still flat, but respect can be heard. Lin Moyu whispered, I'm not yours. Lin Moyu was a little baffled, how could he have an extra servant? The life elf raised his head, the person who has the scepter of creation is the master of the servant. Do you recognize the scepter of creation? The life elf stood up slowly, Master, please follow me. Under its guidance, Lin Moyu entered a cave. There are many murals in the cave, and each mural can move, just like the skills on the stone tablet. When you see these murals, combine what you saw when you picked the first fruit. Finally understood what was going on. The fog was cleared, and Lin Moyu finally saw the truth. Everything is connected in series and has a clue. The great battle that took place in the open black lens bracket creation world close black lens bracket, which is now the open black lens bracket carrion world close black lens bracket, was dominated by the creation scepter. The former god of life fell for unknown reasons, leaving only the scepter of creation. The gods want to get the scepter of creation, so that they have the opportunity to become the new god of life. The god of life is a high-level deity, and the temptation for all middle and low-level deities is infinitely great. Similarly, the professionals of the human race also want to get the scepter of creation. Through the research on the power of high gods, they have the opportunity to step into the super god level and become super god level powerhouses. The temptation of super gods also has a huge temptation for the god level professionals of the human race. Demons and dragons also have similar reasons. They all want to evolve and become stronger. As a result, a shocking war involving the four parties was launched in the former creation world. Countless strong people participated in it, and competed around the scepter of creation. As a result of the battle, the creation world was almost destroyed, and the last god sacrificed himself to perform taboo skills, turning the creation world into a corrosion world. A large number of powerful people from the four clans were completely buried there and turned into rotting corpses. However, the rod of creation was also damaged in the Great War. The handle of the scepter of creation merged into the creation lightning of carrion world, leaving the last ray of hope. The most important life core in the scepter of creation went to an unknown place and disappeared. Lin Moyu looked at the murals one by one, and so far, they were all in line with what he knew. Next, I will describe the part of life core after its departure. Looking at the mural, Lin Moyu suddenly felt a sense of horror. In the mural, life core traveled through time and space and came to an inexplicable place. There seems to be nothingness here, and the life core is floating here. Then a giant hand appeared and grabbed open black lens bracket life core close black lens bracket. The life core, which was not damaged in the battle, was extremely fragile in front of the giant hand. It was crushed like a toy. Life core exploded and collapsed the space. Countless fragments scattered out, and a beam of light traveled through time and space again, and fell into the world of the human race, and landed on an island. Later, some powerful people discovered the abnormality of this island and established the Creation Academy on it. Seeing this, match up with the screen you saw when picking the first fruit again. This light is the most critical energy area in the core of life. And those shattered shells are the substances that make up the life core, and they are containers. The combination of the two is the complete life core, and only then can the complete creation scepter be formed. This ray of light contains endless divine power of life. The vitality it brought to the ancestral land was just too strong, which made the ancestral land lose life. The animals and beasts that the eyes see and feel, every plant and tree are actually composed of life and divine power. The only living beings in the ancestral land are life elves. It was here when the light came, and then it was affected by the divine power of life, and has lived until now, becoming what it is now. It is also because of the divine power of life that it becomes a servant of the god of life. And Lin Moyu holds the scepter of creation, which represents the authority of the god of life. Regardless of whether Lin Moyu is the god of life or not, Lin Moyu has become the master of the spirit of life, holding authority as if God is present in person. The meaning of the life elves here is to find a new successor for the light. It's just that so many years have passed, and no one has been able to meet the requirements of light until the appearance of Lin Moyu. Lin Moyu shook his head slightly. He never thought of becoming the god of life. He is a human race, it is impossible to become a god, the pursuit of the two is completely different. Now, if Lin Moyu wanted to restore the scepter of creation, he needed to find the fragments scattered everywhere after the core of life collapsed. The piece that Lin Mohan brought before was smaller than a fingernail and could be called a slag. It was one of the fragments of the core of life. Over the years, the life elves have obtained many fragments through this kind of transaction. Thanks to it doing so, the creation scepter can be restored to a damaged state. Lin Moyu thought of the giant hand protruding from the void, easily crushing the life core. It is completely conceivable how strong the core of the mythical weapon is, but it is still easily crushed by him. What kind of existence is the owner of the giant hand, Lin Moyu can't imagine. I had just opened a corner of the fog, but I saw more mysteries. He sighed lightly and looked at the life elf. You can't leave the ancestral land, right? The life elf nodded. The existence of the servant requires the illumination of the divine power of life. Its existence is closely related to the core of life. Now the original power in the core of life is in the ancestral land, and the life elves are also restricted here. It is necessary to wait for Lin Moyu to reach level 90 and use the creation scepter to use the power of life to let the life spirit leave here. Lin Moyu understood this truth. What about these assessments? Where did those stels come from? Whether it is the picture of first fruit or the mural in front of them, there is no mention of the stone tablet they used in the assessment. Lin Moyu also affirmed that the steel was not made by the life spirits. Because the characters on it are completely different from the characters in this world, and are closer to the ancient Chinese characters. The life elf shook his head. I don't know either, they have existed since I can remember. It seems that there is nothing to be gained from his mouth. The life spirit took Lin Moyu to visit the ancestral land. The ancestral land is actually a secret place, located in an independent space, and the entrance and exit are on the island where the Creation Academy is located. Apart from a series of assessments, there is nothing else in it. Until Lin Moyu was about to leave, the life elf looked at Lin Moyu without blinking. Master, if you can control the power of life in the future, can you take the servant away? Lin Moyu directly agreed, yes. 0. Ask for flowers. There was joy in the eyes of the life elf. Thank you, Master. It has lived here for too long, and it has been alone for too long. Although the divine power of life gave it a long life, it also gave it infinite loneliness. The life elf has self-awareness, and he also wants to see the outside world. Outside the ancestral land, it has basically gone almost the same. Now only Mo Xinghe, Ning Taran, Ning Yi, and Mo Yun are left. Ning Yi was a little worried. It's been so long, how come the silent words haven't come out yet? Mo Yun held Ning Yi's little hand. Don't worry, he will be fine. Ning Taran snorted. This kid's life is tougher than bastards, and he can even come back to the rotting corpse world, let alone the ancestral land. Mo Xinghe also said with a smile, don't worry, as long as there is no indiscriminate killing of animals, there will be no danger in the ancestral land. At this time, another half-day had passed since Ning Yi came out. 0. Even if there is still an assessment to come, it should be over by now. Finally, several hours later, a weak spatial fluctuation rippled out. The entrance to the ancestral land was also closed. Just as Lin Moyu was sent out, his soft and warm body was already in his arms. With a familiar smell coming from his nose, Lin Moyu gently hugged Ning Yi. What's wrong? Ning Yi rubbed against his chest, but said nothing. Ning Taran asked, Boy Lin, how is it? Lin Moyu knew what he was asking. I got it. What Ning Taran asked was the light, which is actually the divine power of life. Lin Moyu got it. How much has the attribute increased? Lin Moyu checked it, and he already knew that his attributes had been greatly improved when he was in the ancestral land. So I wasn't surprised at all, I just said it plainly. Strength, agility, and spirit each increased by 16,000, and physical fitness increased by 32,000. Increases vitality by 50%. He spoke very plainly, but Ning Taran and Mo Xinghe showed shocked expressions at the same time. Ning Taran said, your attribute, you want to fly to the sky. Mo Xinghe also opened his mouth and said, I'm afraid that your attribute is higher than that of professionals of the same level, even more so every day. Double. It is too small to underestimate Lin Moyu. Ning Taran knew some inside information. He knew what Lin Moyu went through during the second round. Although he didn't know how high Lin Moyu's specific attribute was, he knew that Lin Moyu's attribute was by no means twice as high as that of an equivalent professional at the same level. Mo Yun walked over and said to Lin Moyu, "Congratulations, you have completely broken the limit, and the probability of career advancement during the main switch has greatly increased. The more the attribute breaks the limit, the higher the probability of career sublimation at the third turn." Lin Moyu said softly, "You too." Ning Yi raised her head and said to Mo Yun, "Sister Yun is the same, she will definitely be able to advance to the second level in the third rank." In Beishan's small courtyard, Bai Yiyuan jumped more than 10 meters high. The recliner under the buttocks exploded with a bang, scattered all over the ground. If Meng Anwen hadn't reacted quickly enough, Beishan courtyard would probably not be able to keep it. Bai Yiyuan's excited power was out of control, and the god-level aura permeated everywhere. He pressed Lin Moyu's shoulder, "Say it again." With a hint of helplessness, Lin Moyu could only repeat his attributes. Open black lens bracket. Name, Lin Moyu. Close black lens bracket. Occupation, Necromancer. Unique. Open black lens bracket. Level, 45 2.00%. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. Power, 68,110. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. Agility, 68,110. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket, 154460. Open black lens bracket. Physical, 84,110. Close black lens bracket. Bai Yiyuan didn't seem to believe his ears, so he asked Lin Moyu to say it again. Say important things 3 times. After 3 times, Bai Yiyuan finally believed that his ears were not damaged and what he heard was normal. Meng Anwen was much calmer than Bai Yiyuan, at least the deck chair under him wasn't blown up, it was just full of cracks. Bai Yiyuan said, "Honey, then your total attributes don't have to be 2, 2, 3, to exceed 350,000. Meng Anwen tried to keep his voice calm and said, "It's 374,790. Bai Yiyuan counted with his fingers. Other level 45 intermediate legendary professionals have a total attribute of just over 100,000, and you are more than 270,000 higher than them. Hey, your strength is higher than that of a warrior, your agility is higher than that of an assassin, and your physique is much better than that of a knight. Are you really a mage?" Bai Yiyuan kept looking Lin Moyu up and down, his eyes made Lin Moyu feel hairy. Meng Anwen sneered, "Old Bai, be normal." Bai Yiyuan yelled, "I'm not normal, it's this kid who is abnormal." Meng Anwen said, "Xiao Yu has done everything to the extreme, and the group has finally reached its current level." When talking, Meng Anwen also stared at Lin Moyu. "Xiao Yu, do you know the meaning of your existence? The meaning of own existence?" Lin Moyu shook his head, he hadn't thought about it so much, and it was impossible for him to think as deeply as Meng Anwen. The heights of the two are different, and the problems they think about are also different. He just does what he can and should do to the extreme. Meng Anwen said, "Your existence is like a peak. You will tell the descendants of the human race where the highest peak we can reach is. Right now you are only the pinnacle of a senior professional. When you turn 3 times in the future and transform into a god, you will be the pinnacle of the entire human race." Lin Moyu didn't expect Meng Anwen to have such a high opinion of himself, and he was flattered. Bai Yiyuan also followed Meng An and said, "I don't know how strong the super god level is, but I think that when you are at level 97, you may be able to challenge the super god level powerhouse." Bai Yiyuan was even more exaggerated. "You must know that every level difference in the later stage will result in a huge difference in strength. Leapfrogging will get harder and harder." But Bai Yiyuan's words, he couldn't refute. "Teacher, I don't know if it can be done, if there is a chance, I will try." Meng Anwen laughed out loud, "Then you must have a super god level." "There is no super god level powerhouse in the human race, who can give Lin Moyu a try." Bai Yiyuan said, "When you become a god, I will go into the abyss with you, and try the sword with those devil bastards." Lin Moyu smiled slightly, "Okay. Killing demons, he will not be soft." Meng Anwen continued, "According to your current attributes, plus the elemental god stone, and the god blood potion, the probability of career promotion at the third turn has exceeded 70%. But just like this, it's still not very safe. We have to think about it again to see if we can increase the probability." Bai Yiyuan said, there is a treasure in the old man's place, which can greatly increase the probability of professional promotion at the 3rd rank. Meng Dingwen shook his head, you don't need to talk about this, the old man must have used it up. Lin Moyu knew that Lin Mohan had completed 2 career upgrades, so this treasure must have been used up and used on Lin Mohan. Bai Yiyuan said, I don't want that thing, I just want to ask where I got it. Meng Anwen once again denied Bai Yiyuan's words, you don't need to ask, the old man won't tell you, the old man is very tight-lipped. If you push him hard, you might be flattered and thrown out by him. Bai Yiyuan frowned, then what should I do? It can be seen that he really wants to help Lin Moyu, so that Lin Moyu has greater confidence in increasing the probability of career advancement at the 3rd rank. Lin Moyu thought of a way, how about I ask my sister to ask? Clap your hands, this is a good way. Meng Anwen said, actually, there is no need to ask, I can figure it out. Ah. Bai Yiyuan turned his head to look, you didn't say it earlier. 11. Meng Anwen ignored him, first of all, the old man got this thing after he reached the god level. At that time, he was a little excited and looked for his disciples everywhere. Bai Yiyuan affirmed Meng Anwen's conjecture, that's right, it's a pity that the old man was not able to upgrade his career when he was in the 3rd rank. He said later that he must let his disciples complete the double upgrade. Meng Anwen continued, then do you remember where the old man went after he became a god? Bai Yiyuan thought for a long time but couldn't remember, I have long forgotten what happened so many years ago, so you can just talk about it. Meng Anwen said, the old man went to the ancient battlefield. There was news that the old man was looking for time and space passages. Lin Moyu and Bai Yiyuan's eyes lit up at the same time, and they said in unison, he went to the upper core area. Meng Anwen nodded, that's right, I guess the old man went to the upper core area, so the treasure should be related to the boss in the core area. Bai Yiyuan's eyes sparkled, Xiao Yu, God of Righteousness has something for you to bring to it, and it seems that it wants to make a deal with you, so you can ask it when the time comes. Lin Moyu nodded, okay, I'm going to pass after level 50. Meng Anwen said, well, don't be too anxious. It's still too early for the 3rd turn, and the core area is very dangerous. Those ancient bosses are very dangerous. Then Lin Moyu recounted what happened in the ancestral land this time, talking about Zhou Lesheng's collusion with the Demon Worship Association and wanted to kill them. Bai Yiyuan sneered and said, the Zhou family has long disliked them. They think they have the blood of the Holy Light Knight, and they feel superior to others no matter in the military or in the empire. This time, I really need to check carefully to see if there is anything wrong with the Zhou family. Meng Anwen also sneered, in the past 2 years, the activities of the Demon Worship Association have become more and more frequent, and their actions have become bigger and bigger. They thought they would be safe if they infiltrated the military, the empire, and the major families. The big fish jumped out one by one, the list was complete, and it was almost time to liquidate. No matter how secretive the Devil Worship Society is, it will leave clues. The men from Meng Anwen and Bai Yiyuan's side had already been investigating and making a list. Just in order not to overwhelm others, only a small group of people who should be moved were moved. For example, the person who entrapped Lin Moyu and blew up the dungeon last time was a member of the military, and was beheaded by Meng Anwen and Bai Yiyuan. And the appearance of the two of them at that time was full of anger. It gives people the feeling that they become angry from embarrassment, because their disciples were cheated. This also gave the demon worshippers the illusion that people who are hiding in the dark will not be discovered as long as they don't move. As everyone knows, Meng Anwen already has a large number of lists in his hands. Where's Teacher Yan? Lin Moyu asked suddenly, he hadn't seen Yan Guangsheng since he came here. With disdain, Bai Yiyuan said, Crazy Yan has returned to the Bloody Land. He said that he has made a breakthrough in his murderous aura, so he has to go to the bloodthirsty python to prove it. I don't know what this guy can do, isn't it just that his hands are itchy and want to fight? Meng Anwen chuckled, I think Lao Yan may really make a breakthrough this time. If he can reach level 96, then you will be beaten. 2.3 Bai Yiyuan still disdains, don't say he can't make it, even if he really reached level 96, would I be afraid of him? Lin Moyu smiled slightly, even though Bai Yiyuan and Yan Guangsheng seemed to be at odds, they fought back and forth. But if they really wanted to fight, the two would definitely fight side by side. Suddenly the communicator vibrated. Lin Moyu glanced at it, his expression changed slightly. Teacher, my friend is in danger. The information was sent by Shi Xing'an. There is a location information on it, and there are 2 words, save me. Lin Moyu told Meng Anwen the location information. Meng Anwen said, in the Yuan battlefield, close to fort number 4. Shen Shada appeared and quickly began to calculate the teleportation point. Bai Yiyuan patted Lin Moyu on the shoulder, teacher will go with you. Bai Yiyuan didn't say anything. Lin Moyu also wanted to ask him to join him. This message was a bit weird. Based on what he knew about Shi Xing'an would not send this message. Meng Anwen quickly calculated the teleportation point, and said in a low voice, get ready, let's go. A ray of light fell, and the 2 of them teleported away immediately. Just after the teleportation ended, a terrifying attack landed on Lin Moyu and Bai Yiyuan. One after another thunderbolts fell, densely falling on Lin Moyu's body. The bone armor shattered after bursting out with brilliant light. The rest of the damage is borne by the undead army. Bai Yiyuan went too far, his body glowed, and the energy flowed automatically, blocking all attacks outside his body. For Lin Moyu, there was a 2-second freeze in the teleportation, but the dialogue was far away, and the freeze time was less than half a second. During this half-second, the 2 of them withstood no less than 1,000 lightning attacks. Bai Yiyuan yelled fiercely, his breath soared, and he protected himself and Lin Moyu, keeping all the thunder and lightning out. Xiao Yu is okay? Bai Yiyuan asked anxiously. Lin Moyu has recovered, shook his head, old. With such a small attack, even without Bai Yiyuan's protection, it would not be able to hurt him. Lin Moyu's physical attributes are not low now, and he is immune to various elements. Especially the resistance of light elements and electric elements reached 80%. Plus its own 500% damage reduction. For lightning attacks, it has 25 times damage reduction. The lightning fell on him, weakened layer by layer, and passed it on to the undead army. Almost no damage was done. The sky was full of darkness. 0210 dragon warships are floating in the air, and more dragon warships are approaching in the distance. On the battleship, the huge magic power crystal shone with strong light, shooting out beams of light suddenly. The attack just now was obviously just an appetizer, and now it is the main meal. The location of Meng Anwen's teleportation was slightly off, and the dragon warship had no time to lock on. It can only attack with thunder, but thunder is not the strongest attack method for dragon warships. The battle is really big. Bai Yiyuan shouted coldly, and the power of the god-level powerhouse exploded, blocking the attack. This level of attack cannot harm him. Lin Moyu looked around. He realized that there was a problem when he received the message, and it was impossible for Shi Xing'an to send him such a message. 9 times out of 10 it will be a trap. But the other party was able to send a message to himself with Shi Xing'an's communicator, indicating that Shi Xing'an was in danger. And Shi Xing'an is still alive. If Shi Xing'an dies, its communicator will automatically fail. Under various judgments, Lin Moyu must come to rescue Shi Xing'an. He doesn't have many friends, and Shi Xing'an is one of them. I thought it was another abyss demon or a member of the Demon Worship Association, but I didn't expect it to be a dragon. But how did the dragon clan know about their relationship with Shi Xing'an? There may be something wrong within Terran. There are people and dragons colluding together. Lin Moyu was furious in his heart. Don't let him know who did it. If he knows who did it, he will kill him. It's okay to kill yourself, but using your friends, or even betraying the human race, you deserve death. A huge dragon came towards Lin Moyu like an electric shot, brandishing a long spear and smashing towards Lin Moyu's head. Dragon King. Lin Moyu narrowed his gaze, and the aura on the opponent was very strong, the aura of the Dragon King. The Dragon King of the Dragon Clan is equivalent to the god-level powerhouse of the human race. Lin Moyu once saw the Dragon King of the Dragon Clan in the corpse world, so he can recognize it at a glance. Bai Yiyuan laughed loudly. I didn't expect that even the Dragon King would be dispatched. Xiao Yu, the Dragon Clan really thinks highly of you. With a swing of the right fist, the terrifying power rolled upwards, directly knocking the Dragon King into the air. Lin Moyu said, "Teacher, you concentrate on dealing with the Dragon Clan and the Dragon Clan, and I will deal with these warships." Bai Yiyuan asked, "Is there any problem?" Lin Moyu nodded, "No problem." Lin Moyu put on the bone armor on himself, and with a sizzling sound, the lightning wings spread out. The whole person rushed out like lightning, and Bai Yiyuan also rushed out with wild laughter, heading straight for the Dragon King of the Dragon Clan. Lin Moyu said no problem. He, as a teacher, of course chose to believe it. He hasn't had a good fight for a long time, and his hands are very itchy, so it happens that he can have a good fight this time. Lin Moyu pushed the lightning wings to the limit and came to a battleship in an instant. The dragon warship is covered with a powerful protective cover, and through the protective cover, it can be seen that there are many dragon warriors on the battleship. Lin Moyu flew over the shield and released an army of undead in the air. 750 skeletons fell at the same time and stepped on the protective cover. The skeleton berserker swung his axe and slashed towards the protective shield. Skeleton archmage and skeleton marksman also attack at the same time. Red light enveloped the sky. Even with a protective cover, it still couldn't resist the curse. All the dragons were cursed, and their movements suddenly slowed down. Curse of Aging at level 45, with a range of 150 meters, reached 7,500 meters after the talent increase. So it enveloped the entire battlefield. Even the Dragon King of the Dragon Clan who was fighting Bai Yiyuan was not spared. Under the curse, the deceleration is 125 times, and the damage is increased by 17.5 times. Even if the dragons are naturally immune to curses, their speed is at least 3 times slower than usual, and the damage they receive will more than double. The Dragon King of the Dragon Clan shouted angrily, and the power of blood burst out of his body, instantly dispelling the curse. The dragon healers in the warship cast their skills to lift the curse. However, the number of dragons cursed is extremely large, and it will take a little time to remove them all. Before the cursed red light dissipated completely, a little green light exploded in the air again. Skill: Toxic Starburst. Skills also enveloped the entire battlefield, and all dragons were collectively poisoned. Open Black Lens Bracket Poison Starburst Level 45 Poison type attack on all enemies within 150 meters, causing enemies to suffer damage equivalent to 450 points of power per second, lasting for 1 Q seconds. Close Black Lens Bracket. Level 45 Poison Starburst, after being boosted, can cause damage equivalent to 22,500 points of strength per second, and lasts for up to 5,000 seconds. In just 2 or 3 seconds, a large number of dragons were seriously injured. Dragon healers are going crazy. They have to lift the curse, detoxify, and treat. The defensive cover of the dragon warship is very powerful, and it is constantly deformed and distorted under the attack of the undead army. I can't see how long it will last. Lin Moyu drove the lightning wings to drop armies of undead on different warships. He now has 25 undead legions, each with 750 skeletons. There are only 20 dragon warships, so 5 dragon warships are given special care, and Lin Moyu specially gave them a little more undead army. Under the continuous attack of the undead army, the deformation of the shield became more and more severe. The magic crystal on the battleship was recharged and fired a huge beam towards the undead army. The light beams carried terrifying energy and bombarded the skeletons. The skeletons did not dodge or dodge, and continued their attacks. The Lich General continues to heal, and each Lich General faces the entire army every time he heals. The healing light on the skeleton has never been broken. Almost every second, more than a dozen lights will light up on each skeleton, and the wounds will be healed instantly. Lin Moyu has dealt with dragon warships before, and has a basic understanding of their attacks. So it is 527 confident that its own undead army can completely deal with the dragon warship. After he put down the undead army, the wing of lightning was about to enter the cooling down. He quickly landed on the shield of the nearest warship, pointed his finger on the shield, and his fingertips glowed pale. Ability: Bone Fangs. 2,250 bone fangs with extremely strong penetrating power erupted at the same point. In an instant, the shield was dented. Lin Moyu's fingers also continued to advance along with the depression, and the fangs of the skeleton fired up and down. With one hand, 3 shots per second, the damage it can cause is extremely astonishing. Originally, the shield was already in jeopardy under the attack of the skeletons, but Lin Moyu's attack became the last blow to collapse the shield. The shield shattered suddenly, and the skeletons on the shield fell on the warship like wolves and tigers. The dragon warriors on the battleship immediately started to fight back. These dragon warriors are all between level 50 and level 60. Although the level is not low, but in the face of the skeletons, there is no power to resist, and they are quickly killed. The corpse landed on the ground, the corners of Lin Moyu's mouth slightly raised. With the ammunition, the next step is simple. Boom, boom. Explosions sounded continuously, and terrifying energy swept across the entire warship. The warship almost disintegrated on the spot, the magic crystal collapsed, and staggered and fell from the sky. None of the dragons above were spared. The skeleton berserkers picked up the dragon corpses one after another, and jumped towards the nearby dragon warship. The corpse was thrown in the air, and Lin Moyu detonated it. Lin Moyu personally directed this firework show full of death atmosphere. Dragon warships disintegrated in the air and fell. Lin Moyu was full of murderous intent. If you want to kill me, show some sincerity. The explosion was like a movement, and it never stopped from the moment it started. In the blink of an eye, with 20 dragon warships collapsing and falling, the dragon group here was wiped out. The Dragon King of the Dragon Clan roared furiously, and it wanted to rush over frantically, trying to kill Lin Moyu. But in front of Bai Yiyuan, it has no chance. After a lapse of 10 years, the god level of the human race and the Dragon King of the dragon race collided for the first time. Lin Moyu just took a glance and knew that Bai Yiyuan was stronger and had the upper hand. The battle between the gods is indeed terrifying. Their constantly shifting battlefields hit the ground from the ground to the sky, and then hit the ground again. The earth collapsed like a natural disaster. God-level energy rioted in the air, and Lin Moyu couldn't get close at all. The celestial phenomena changed accordingly, lightning flashed, thunder rumbled, and wind and clouds rolled. His eyes searched around, and soon, he saw Shi Xing'an. The pupils shrank sharply, and a monstrous anger rose in the eyes. "Teacher, I'm going to save people," he shouted angrily, and the undead army rushed forward like crazy. The skeleton berserkers held corpses one after another in their hands, carrying Lin Moyu's anger, rushing towards Tian Doctor like wolves and tigers. The sound of clicking resounded through the land. A total of 18,750 skeletons formed an army of undead running wildly on the land of the Yuan battlefield. Lin Moyu rushed to the forefront of the team this time. The anger in his eyes was hard to contain. From a distance, he saw Shi Xing'an and his sister. The two men were chained and hung from huge pillars, swinging back and forth in the wind. In the distance, Lin Moyu could feel the breath of life. They were still alive, with their last breath left. Shi Xing'an reluctantly opened his eyes, looked at Liang Yu who was so close but couldn't touch. "Yu, I'm sorry." Liang Yu heard Shi Xing'an's voice. "I don't blame you." Her eyes were full of tenderness, and she didn't mean to blame Shi Xing'an at all. "It's a pity that I can't watch you become an Earth Knight." Liang Yu smiled bitterly. Even at this point, she was still thinking about Shi Xing'an. A man does not flick his tears easily, because it is not yet the time to be sad. Tears slipped and dripped from the corners of Shi Xing'an's eyes silently. That's how he looked at Liang Yu, at this woman who accompanied him without complaint or regret, even if she died without regret. Life is like this, what more can a husband ask for? Shi Xing'an's gaze suddenly stopped. The dragon army moved and was rushing forward. From a distance, he saw a group of people coming here. Liang Yu also discovered this. Shi Xing'an immediately understood that it was Lin Moyu who had come. There was sadness in his eyes. Why did brother Lin come here? Why did he come to save me? This will kill him. Liang Yu comforted, "You know, he will definitely come when he receives the news." Quote. After the Dragon Clan captured them, he used his communicator to send a message to Lin Moyu. The purpose is to attract Lin Moyu to design a holy match. To this end, the Dragon Clan dispatched troops, warships, generals, and a Dragon King. The Dragon King is equivalent to the existence of a god-level powerhouse in the human race. Lin Moyu is only a few levels, so how can he beat it? Shi Xing'an regretted it very much. He knew that he should have committed suicide at that time, so that Lin Moyu would not be harmed. But regret it now, it's too late. A large dragon army appeared before Lin Moyu's eyes. The dragon clan not only dispatched warships, but also dispatched troops. The number of troops exceeds 10,000. 12 dragon warriors led their team out and rushed towards Lin Moyu. Lin Moyu was not afraid at all, with a sneer on the corner of his mouth, and the sergeant badge on his shoulder was shining. The dragon warriors and the dragon army are military achievements in his eyes at this time. Finally able to ascend to the stars. After he became a god general, his military exploits have accumulated to 80 million. With less than 20 million, he can be promoted to a star general. Eliminating those dragon warriors on the warship, plus the rushing dragon warriors and troops, is completely enough. When the distance between the two sides was still 1,000 meters away, Tian Er's dragon warriors jumped up at the same time. They all used guns, and the long guns burst out with terrifying energy, and the piercing gun light fell towards Lin Moyu in the air. Lin Moyu didn't dodge or dodge, pointing his finger. Skill, curse of aging. With a bang, the dragon warrior and the entire army slowed down at the same time. The power of the dragon warrior's blood is rolling all over his body, constantly weakening the curse. At this moment, corpses of dragon warriors flew over. The dragons on the warship add up to thousands of corpses. Now it has become Lin Moyu's weapon. Some of the corpses were engulfed and shredded by the spear light of the dragon warlord, but more corpses passed through the spear light and came to the dragon warship. Lin Moyu slashed left and right, and quickly rigged the corpse. The dragon warrior was instantly sent flying with a scream. They showed fear one after another, and they remembered Lin Moyu's extremely terrifying group attack skills. Dragon Clan once analyzed Lin Moyu's skill, and agreed that the power of this skill lies not in Lin Moyu, but in the corpse. The corpse is Lin Moyu's weapon. The stronger the corpse, the stronger the damage of this skill. If Lin Moyu is given a corpse of a god, Lin Moyu may even kill the Dragon King in seconds. They realized that they were careless, and they didn't even notice the skeletons behind Lin Moyu, all carrying corpses in their hands. These corpses are dragon warriors. Lin Moyu used the corpses of his people against himself. Although these tribesmen are somewhat special, they can't be like this. These dragon warriors couldn't help showing fear in their hearts. The light of healing shone on his body, and the dragon healers in the army healed himself freely. Immediately after turning in the air, a large body of corpses flew over again. Attack corpses, don't let them get close. The dragon warrior was terrified, and quickly issued an order. At the same time, the spear in his hand swept out a large amount of gun light, tearing the corpse into pieces in the air. Without corpses, Lin Moyu wouldn't be able to use the terrifying group attack skill. Do you use my undead army as a display? So what if the corpse was blocked? Can't you create your own corpse? At this time, the skeleton archmage and skeleton marksman have reached the attack range. The elements roared, and thousands of elemental explosions engulfed the dragon army. The sharp arrows of the skeleton sharpshooter pierced the sky and shot past densely. There were screams one after another. Almost instantly, a large number of dragon warriors were killed. Why is his skeleton so powerful? This attack power is already very close to ours. Several dragon warriors were shocked again. In the data, although Lin Moyu's undead army is strong, it is not so strong. The scene before them is completely different from their information. And the skills are different. There is no such skeleton as the skeleton marksman in the data. Only then did they realize that Lin Moyu had become stronger and their information was outdated. Boom. There was another explosion, and the face of the dragon warrior changed drastically. There are corpses again. The terrifying group attack skills came again. Dragon warriors fell like they were cutting wheat. The generals of the dragon clan retreated crazily, and this battle could not be fought. Not to mention killing Lin Moyu, now tens of thousands of corpses here have become Lin Moyu's weapons. They dare not approach. Hard to quit. Walk. The dragon warriors looked at each other, turned around and fled. They wanted to escape, but Lin Moyu didn't even bother to chase them. The lightning wings are still cooling down, and the dragon warriors are flying so fast that they can't catch up even if they want to. The dragon warrior who had already risen to a high altitude stopped suddenly. Even if you want to go, you have to kill them. They suddenly changed direction and flew towards Shi Xing'an and Liang Yu, killing intent rose in their eyes. Before escaping, they must be killed first. If you can't kill Lin Moyu, then kill his two friends. You wanna die? Lin Moyu shouted angrily, and the back of his hand bloomed with brilliant light. Strong soldier, the skill is activated suddenly. At the same time, the flames in the palm of the hand rose. The dragon warrior let out a scream on the spot and fell from the air. The soul flames came one after another, and Lin Moyu kept casting them. At this time, Lin Moyu's body was filled with black energy and murderous aura. The overwhelming murderous intent swept over and enveloped Nuoma Jiao them. It's so murderous. How many people has this guy killed? How could he have such a strong killing intent? The generals of the Dragon Clan were astonished, and all of them were startled behind their backs. Under the strengthening of the enhancement skill, the skeleton archmage, skeleton marksman suddenly accelerated and rushed over quickly. They aimed at the dragon warriors in the air and launched an attack. Lin Moyu's soul flame also aimed at them at the same time. As long as they are still within the attack range, Lin Moyu does not intend to let go of any of them. If you don't want to go, then don't go. Strong armor is Lin Moyu's strongest skill at present. With its boost, the attack power of skeleton archmage and marksman has more than 10 times. The attack power instantly shattered the defense of the dragon warrior. The body was intensively bombarded by elemental explosions, and sharp arrows penetrated the body. The wings were blown off, and the body was shot into a sieve. One by one was seriously injured and fell. The remaining souls of the dead dared to linger no longer, turned around and fled. At this time, the skeleton berserker ran over, grabbed the skeleton archmage and the skeleton marksman, and threw them out as weapons, targeting these dragon warriors. The dragon warriors flew fast, but couldn't outrun the skeletons that were thrown over. Still in the air, the attack has come. The screams sounded again. Open black lens bracket. Kill a level 60 dragon knight, experience plus 240000, military merit plus 3000. Close black lens bracket. Kill a level 59 dragon mage, experience plus 236000, military merit plus 2000. Kill the dragon warrior, experience plus 710000, military merit plus 10000. During the battle, a huge amount of information kept popping up, and Lin Moyu didn't have time to read it. After the battle is over, there is time to take a look. Below level 70, no matter what kind of occupation in the Dragon Clan, the ratio of level and experience is fixed. They are all 40,000 times the level. Military merit is slightly different. Level 40 to 49 military merit is 1000, level 50 to 59 is 2000. Starting from level 60, the military merit has reached 3000. The dragon warriors are at least level 70, and their experience and military achievements are completely different from those of the dragons below level 70. The dragon warrior is equivalent to the top professional in the human race, and the human race has to go through a third job change when it reaches level 70. The dragon clan will experience the second awakening of their bloodlines. The third job change of the human race is 100% successful, and there is no possibility of failure. The dragon clan is different, the awakening of the dragon clan's blood may fail. Therefore, in the dragon clan, those who can become dragon warriors are elites, which are equivalent to geniuses in the human race. Their experience has reached 100,000 times the level. The level 71 dragon warrior directly brought Lin Moyu 7.1 million experience points, and his military merits also skyrocketed to 100,000. After the battle, not only the experience increased by 327 degrees, it directly increased from 2% to 20%. The military merits are even more profitable. The light on the sergeant's badge was extremely dazzling, and a purple star jumped up. 1-star general. From this moment, Lin Moyu became a star general. The skeletons climbed up the pillar and rescued Shi Xing'an and Liang Yu. Shi Xing'an narrowly escaped death, both happy and a little guilty. Brother Lin, I'm really sorry this time. Lin Moyu knew what he meant. If it were me, you would come to the rescue. Shi Xing'an trembled. What Lin Moyu said was right. If Lin Moyu was in a desperate situation, he would also go to rescue him. Even if he knew he was going to die, he would go. Lin Moyu said, "It's the best thing if you're okay." Liang Yu said, "But the Dragon Clan seems to have sent a Dragon King, why didn't I see it?" A huge burst of energy erupted, and then everything returned to calm. Lin Moyu turned his head and saw Bai Yiyuan flying over with a fragmented corpse. Coming. Bai Yiyuan flew over and threw the corpse in his hand on the ground like garbage. They clapped their hands. "It's done. It turns out that the Dragon King of the Dragon Clan is nothing more than that, and he doesn't have to carry it at any time. The Dragon King of the Dragon Clan is equivalent to the existence of the god-level existence of the human race." The death situation at this time was quite miserable. The wings were broken, a big hole was broken in the body, and both hands and feet were broken. The whole body, the only thing that is still intact is a head. Its eyes were wide open, and it would not rest in peace. Even after death, there is still fear in his eyes. With Bai Yiyuan's finger, 2 drops of Dragon King's blood flew out and landed in front of Shi Xing'an and Liang Yu. It is said to be a drop, but it is actually half the size of a fist. The Dragon King's blood shone with a hazy luster, exuding a compelling aura. "Come here, fresh Dragon King's blood, you two are lucky, each of you eat a drop, there are a lot of benefits." Bai Yiyuan spoke loudly. Shi Xing'an and Liang Yu hurriedly saluted Bai Yiyuan, "My Lord Baishan." Bai Yiyuan smiled, "You are Xiao Yu's friends, so you don't have to be so polite. Hurry up and eat the Dragon King's blood, it won't be fresh after a while." Then he said to Lin Moyu, "You don't need to eat it, it's useless to you." Lin Moyu also knew that his attributes were already too high, and the good things he had eaten and used were far better than this, and the Dragon King was really useless to him. Shi Xing'an and Liang Yu swallowed the blood excitedly. There is no bloody smell as imagined, but rather sweet. The blood entered the throat, and a powerful energy burst out and swept the whole body. In the blink of an eye, the injuries on the 2 of them had healed, and their total attributes had increased by 500. It is more effective than low-level magical potions. Seeing the surprised looks of the 2, Bai Yiyuan laughed and said, "How about it, the effect is not bad. It's a pity, this thing can only be eaten while it is fresh, and it will be useless in a few minutes." Saying that, Bai Yiyuan punched it on the head. His head exploded, and Bai Yiyuan took out a jewel-like object from it. The shape of the gem is hexagonal, which looks crystal clear and beautiful. Lin Moyu's heart moved slightly. This gemstone was 80 to 90% similar to the core of life. "Do you know what this is?" Bai Yiyuan asked. Several people shook their heads, and Shi Xing'an replied, "I've never seen it before." Bai Yiyuan said, "It's normal if you haven't seen it before. This is the first time I've seen it." It was the first time he had fought against the Dragon Clan warlord. Before today, only in the deep space ACFI of the ancient battlefield could one encounter the Dragon War King. Bai Yiyuan doesn't go there often, and basically never comes across them. Even if they meet, life and death may not necessarily be separated. This time, Bai Yiyuan won the first kill of the Dragon Clan warlord. "Although I have never seen this thing, I know it is called Long Gao. Only the head of the Dragon King of the Dragon Clan will have this thing. The Dragon King is not a god. After the body turns cold, the Dragon King's blood is useless. But the bones and skin are still useful, and the value is much higher than platinum-level weapons. But even if the bones and skin of its whole body add up, it can't match this dragon crystal." Bai Yiyuan's words made Shi Xing'an and Liang Yu's eyes widen. Lin Moyu knew that his teacher was being funny again. If Meng Anwen was here, he would definitely be beaten back. Just the ink of knowledge in Bai Yiyuan's stomach is not enough to look at. Bai Yiyuan put away the corpses of Longjing and Dragon King. Lin Moyu then asked, "Brother Shi, how did you get caught by the Dragon Clan? Where are the other 3 in your team?" Mentioning the other 3, Shi Xing'an's eyes showed grief. "They all died in battle. I don't know where the Dragon Clan found out about my relationship with you, and on our way to the dungeon, they suddenly attacked us. Professionals of the Dragon Clan are very strong, we can't beat them." 3 brothers. Shi Xing'an said with anger rising in his eyes, "In the future, I will definitely enter the Dragon Clan, slaughter the Dragon Clan, and avenge my brothers." Lin Moyu sighed. He didn't have much contact with those three people, and he didn't say a few words. But every time, as long as Shi Xing'an had something to say, they would stand behind Shi Xing'an without hesitation. They are three brothers who don't talk too much, but are very good. Lin Moyu said in a low voice, there will be a chance. Brother Shi, you have been targeted by the Dragon Clan now, don't stay in the Yuan battlefield, go back to the Empire. And you are about to change your job. If you want to enter the Dragon Clan, you have to change your job to Earth Knight. Shi Xing'an is now level 39, and it won't be long before he can reach level 40. Compared with Yuan battlefield, the Empire is much safer. Moreover, Shi Xing'an still needs to change jobs, which requires a lot of preparation. Bai Yiyuan said, I promised Xiaoyu that I will take care of your job change. When you reach level 40, contact Xiaoyu and I will help you change jobs. With Meng Anwen around, he could set up the most perfect job transfer circle, and use some rare materials to increase Shi Xing'an's chances of becoming an Earth Knight. Shi Xing'an has a firm belief, I must change my job to become an Earth Knight. Bai Yiyuan smiled, it is a good thing to have such belief. He could tell that Shi Xing'an was a nice person, and Lin Moyu didn't make any friends. Lao Meng, take us back. Bai Yiyuan roared. The god Shada appeared in the air, and the brilliant light shone on several people. Yuan battlefield became quiet again. This deep black land has the ability to automatically purify. Before long, everything here will be erased. This time the Dragon Clan can be said to have lost a lot, losing troops and losing generals. There is a Dragon King, 12 Dragon Generals, an army of 10,000 people, and 20 warships. The loss is not small. Lin Moyu is still alive and well without any injuries. Dragon Residence. A terrifying aura rises and fills the air, and a phantom of a giant dragon appears in the sky. The roar of anger resounded through the sky and lasted for a long time. In the teleportation array, neat troops teleported over. These dragon soldiers wear the same battle armor and look exactly the same, even the details are exactly the same. The level is either 59 or 60, the difference is very small. Their appearance is a little weird. Meng Anwen sent Shi Xing'an and Liang Yu directly to Shajing City. Not everyone is eligible to enter Beishan Courtyard. Bai Yiyuan took out the body of the Dragon King of the Dragon Clan and threw it on the ground. Old Meng, see what you can use. Although the Dragon King of the Dragon Clan died, he still exuded a huge pressure. It is equivalent to a god-level powerhouse in the human race, and its combat power is so powerful that it is not difficult to kill Lin Moyu. It's just that Bai Yiyuan was stronger, and as a result, he was beaten to death by the Japanese Yiyuan. Meng Anwen shot a beam of light onto the Dragon King's corpse, closed his eyes and felt it for a while before speaking, the lowest Dragon King's corpse is useless to me, give it to Lao Tai, maybe he will be useful. The Dragon King's corpse and the Devil's corpse are all raw materials for legendary equipment. Bai Yiyuan knew this answer a long time ago, so he put away the Dragon King's body. Look at this again, he said and took out the Dragon Crystal again. Meng Anwen played with the Dragon Crystal in his hands. The core of the Devil King and the Dragon Crystal of the Dragon King are both materials for making legendary jewelry. It's a pity that it's still a bit short. The Dragon King is not like the god level of the human race, which is distinguished by level. Like demons and gods, they are divided into low, middle and high grades. The low-level Dragon King corresponds to level 90 to level 92 of the human race. And what Bai Yiyuan killed this time was only the weakest Dragon King among the low ranks. The energy in the Dragon Crystal is not very strong, even Meng Anwen looked down upon it. It is true that Dragon Crystals can be used to make legendary jewelry, but Dragon Crystals are only one of the main materials. Many auxiliary materials are also required, which are also very rare. Meng Anwen felt that it was not worth wasting a lot of rare auxiliary materials for such a low-level Dragon Crystal. Lin Moyu looked at Longjing, and felt weird no matter how he looked at it. Like, so much like. Lin Moyu said, Teacher, can you show me the Dragon Crystal? Meng Anwen directly threw Longjing to Lin Moyu, just like throwing garbage. To others, Dragon Crystal, which can be called a priceless treasure, is nothing more than that in Meng Anwen's eyes. Taking over the dragon glass, Lin Moyu summoned the Staff of Creation. On the scepter of creation, the broken core of life is shining. The surface of the damaged life core is slightly illusory, and the outer shell appears and disappears from time to time. From time to time, some divine power of life leaked out. There really is no difference between the two. Bai Yiyuan asked curiously, it's really similar. Meng Yanwen said, it seems that there should be some connection between the life core and the dragon crystal. Lin Moyu's heart moved, and he made contact with the dragon crystal in the core of life. At the moment of contact, the life core radiates brightly, and the dragon crystal explodes with a bang. After the explosion, there was not a single drop of the dragon crystal left, and all of it was absorbed by the life core. After absorbing the dragon crystal, the core of life seems to have recovered a bit. As the owner of the creation scepter, Lin Moyu can clearly feel that the core of life is a little more complete than before. If the previous damage rate reached 80%, then the current damage rate is almost 75%. Meng Yanwen's eyes shone slightly, and after thinking about it, he said slowly, it seems that the core of life is made of dragon crystals, and it's not just ordinary dragon crystals. Bai Yiyuan said, could it be the dragon crystal of the High Dragon King? Meng Yanwen was not sure. It is possible, but it is also possible that it is the dragon crystal of the Dragon Emperor. Broken. Impossible. Bai Yiyuan was shocked. He felt that what Meng Yanwen said was a bit too exaggerated. What is the identity of the Dragon Emperor? It is equivalent to a super god-level powerhouse of the human race. As far as he knows, there is no Dragon Emperor in the Dragon Clan. Just like there is no super god-level powerhouse in the human race, the strongest one is just a half-step super god. Meng Yanwen said, there is no Dragon Emperor now, but it doesn't mean there wasn't one before. Memories flashed in his eyes. I once saw a corpse in the deep space of the ancient battlefield. It was the corpse of a dragon. Countless years have passed, and the corpse has not been destroyed, and it is still extremely powerful. Wait, Bai Yiyuan suddenly interrupted Meng Yanwen. Bai Yiyuan said, I can understand when you say that the corpses of the Dragon Clan have not been destroyed for countless years, and I can also understand that even if the high-ranking Dragon King is dead, the corpses will not be destroyed for thousands of years. 1. But you said, what the hell is it that is still so powerful? Meng Yanwen glared at Bai Yiyuan, it's impolite to interrupt others. Bai Yiyuan smiled mischievously, say what you say, I'll shut up. Meng Yanwen said, at that time, I had just become a god level and entered the deep space for the first time, and I met that guy. It's obviously dead, it's obviously a corpse, but it can still move and attack. I was almost killed by it, and I managed to escape. And it is different from ordinary dragons. Sayu has already begun to return to his ancestors. Meng Yanwen recounted what happened that year. Meng Yanwen has experienced many life and death crises in his life, and that one is definitely the most dangerous one, and his memory is still fresh. Lin Moyu felt a little creepy. A corpse that has been dead for thousands of years can be so powerful. Bai Yiyuan said, I have also been to the deep space many times, why have I never met such a guy? Meng Yanwen chuckled, you're lucky. One sentence blocked Bai Yiyuan's mouth. Meng Yanwen continued, later, I judged that the corpse was most likely the corpse of the Dragon Emperor. Even if it wasn't the Dragon Emperor, it was still a half-step Dragon Emperor. It is equivalent to our half-step super god, level 99 existence. Lin Moyu didn't doubt what Meng Yanwen said. Meng Yanwen is well informed and knows too many things, his judgment is very likely to be correct. Lin Moyu said, if the life core is really made of dragon crystals, if I can get enough dragon crystals, can I repair the life core? Meng Yanwen nodded, judging from the performance of the life core just now, there is indeed a high probability that this is the case. 0. Ask for flowers. Bai Yiyuan smiled from the side, your boy doesn't mean you want to enter the dragon realm and slaughter the Dragon King, right? Dragon crystals are only available to Dragon Kings, and if you want to get a dragon crystal, you have to kill a Dragon King. This kind of thought just passed by in a flash, and was immediately suppressed by him. Lin Moyu himself felt whimsical. Meng Yanwen shook his head, actually, there is another place where you can get a lot of dragon crystals. The two looked at Meng Yanwen at the same time. Meng Anwen continued, in the deep space of the ancient battlefield, where I met the corpse dragon, when I was chased by it, I saw a cemetery. The cemetery of the dragon clan not only buried a large number of dragon corpses, but also a large number of dragon crystals. Bai Yiyuan cut off, you mean you didn't say anything, how could Xiao Yu go to the deep space now? 0. Even if we go, there is the corpse dragon, let Xiao Yu go to die. Meng Anwen said, I just said that there is such a place. Lin Moyu understood what Meng Anwen meant, thank you teacher. If there is a chance, he will definitely go to see it. Bai Yiyuan said, the dragon clan and the abyssal demons are all after you now, so you must be careful in your actions in the future. Even within the territory of the empire, don't take it lightly, these guys have a lot of insidious means. Lin Moyu understands the truth, I will be careful. Meng Anwen said lightly, in a few days, we'll clean up those rats, and it should be peaceful for a while. Lin Moyu asked, is there no way to completely eradicate it? Bai Yiyuan shook his head, it's not as simple as you think. It's okay for the empire, but not for other countries. If you really start to fight, it is very likely that a civil war will break out among the human race. At that time, whether it is the abyss demon or the dragon race, they will make trouble. That's the truth, Lin Moyu understood after thinking about it. There is not only one Shengsha empire in the human race, the forces within the entire human race are crisscrossed and extremely complicated. If you really go to war, maybe there will be civil strife. Meng Anwen said in a deep voice, the human race needs a supreme being, someone who speaks for himself and no one dares to refute. Lin Moyu asked instinctively, can't that one do it? Meng Anwen said, half-step super god is not enough, maybe when he really becomes super god level, he can do it. A true super god. Back at Shajing Academy, Lin Moyu's ears still echoed Meng Anwen's last words. The human race needs a true super god level, a king who says that there is no one but two people. Only then can the human race be truly stabilized and internal troubles completely resolved. Brother Lin. The crisp voice came to the ear 9. Shu Han stood not far away and waved towards him. Lin Moyu is very strange, Shu Han seems to be waiting for him specially. Every time he met Shu Han, it was either in the dungeon hall or in the library, Shu Han rarely came to him on his own initiative. Shu Han narrowed his eyes slightly, like a crescent moon, Junior brother Lin, I want to ask you for a favor. Okay, Lin Moyu replied without thinking. In Lin Moyu's heart, Ping is one of his few friends. She opened her mouth to help if she could. Shu Han seemed to have expected this answer a long time ago, and handed Lin Moyu a teleportation stone. Junior Lin, please come with me. The teleportation distance is not far, it should have just left Shajing City. The two came to a small courtyard, which was a bit more refined than the Beishan courtyard. Standing outside the courtyard, Lin Moyu smelled a strange smell of medicine. It's not like a fragrance, but more of a slightly fishy smell. This smell is familiar. Lin Moyu immediately thought that it was the smell of rotting corpses. Although it is very faint, he is sure not to make a mistake. 97. Seeing Lin Moyu's expression, Shu Han already knew it, Lin Shuidi guessed it. Lin Moyu nodded, why are there rotting corpses here? Shu Han stepped forward and pushed open the courtyard door, young brother Lin will know when he comes in. The smell of medicine in the small courtyard is stronger, and the smell of rotting corpses is also stronger. Ordinary people may not be able to tell the difference, but Lin Moyu can. The yard is very quaint, with 3 in and 3 out. Following Shu Han to the backyard, Lin Moyu was slightly surprised that Dongfang Yao was also here. Dongfang Yao said to Lin Moyu, General Lin, we meet again. Her expression was a little unnatural, probably because of what caused her to almost die in the corpse world last time. Lin Moyu nodded as a response. Shu Han asked, Brother Lin is not surprised, why is Princess Yao here? Lin Moyu knew that in some big families in the empire, the juniors might all know each other. Just like Ning Yi and Mo Yun, they played together when they were young. Dongfang Yao and Shu Han probably did the same. His nose moved, and he looked towards one of the huts, is there a carrion inside? Shu Han didn't hide anything, he opened the door and walked in, Shui Lin, please come in. Shu Han used Lin Shuidi to call Lin Moyu from the beginning to the end, and it seemed that the relationship between the two was relatively close. Walking into the room, a chill came over my face. It was very cold in the room, and a formation was in operation, exuding a constant chill. There is a big ice block in the center of the formation, freezing a woman. The woman in the ice cube is dressed in exquisite clothes and sleeps with her eyes closed. Even if she is frozen, she can feel her dignity. Lin Moyu saw the woman, and then at Dongfang Yao. The appearance of the woman is somewhat similar to that of Dongfang Yao. Dongfang Yao said softly, "This is my mother." There is a black spot on the woman's wrist, which is exactly the same as the corpse in the corpse world. And that uncontrollable stench also came from here. Even the freezing and strong smell of medicine cannot completely cover up the stench of rotting corpses. Lin Moyu said, "I was bitten by a rotting corpse. On the wrist, there is a bite mark." Dongfang Yao explained, "When I was young, my mother and father inspected the seals in the corpse world together. The two went to the rotting corpse world, and when they came back, the mother had already been poisoned by the rotting corpse. My mother has been frozen here since then." Lin Moyu remembered that Dongfang Yao once told herself that if she had the ability to detoxify the rotting corpse, she would help her save someone. "It seems to be the woman in front of me." Shu Han said, "I brought junior brother Lin here this time because I wanted to ask junior brother Lin to help save people." Lin Moyu shook his head, "I can't save her now. The rotting corpse poison is not completely unsolvable, but he really can't do anything about it now. The elimination skill of the Lich General is only effective for the whole body of the undead army, and cannot be used externally. Perhaps the light of life from the scepter of creation would be useful, but he is not qualified to use it right now." Shu Han said, "We don't want junior brother Lin to save people now, but we want junior brother Lin to help with an experiment." The three left the hut, and Shu Han led them through the courtyard. Behind the small courtyard, there is a row of stone houses. The smell of medicine here is stronger. Besides the smell of medicine, Lin Moyu also smelled many other smells. There's blood, metal, and some inexplicable smells. All kinds of flavors mixed together. Then Lin Moyu saw an old man who seemed to be waiting for him standing there. Shu Han yelled at the man, "Grandpa, God Lin is coming." Lin Moyu couldn't help shrinking when he saw the main gaze. From the opponent, he felt the breath of a god-level powerhouse. Shu Han has a grandfather who is a god-level powerhouse. Looking at his clothes again, Lin Moyu confirmed the identity of the other party. It turned out to be a god-level pharmacist. I have never heard that there are god-level pharmacists in the Empire. How precious a god-level pharmacist is, Lin Moyu knows very well. Not only is it precious, but it is even more difficult to become a god-level pharmacist. It's really strange, since Shu Han has such a god-level pharmacist's grandfather, why did he come to the academy to do tasks for hundreds of points? Is it for fun? Shu Han introduced, "This is my grandfather, a god-level pharmacist, Shu Ping." Lin Moyu's memory is rolling, he has seen the name Shu Ping in the book. The book hailed Shu Ping as one of the most talented pharmacists in the entire human race. Bai Yiyuan and Meng Anwen are people of the same era. Only later, disappeared zero. Unexpectedly, Shu Ping has become a god-level pharmacist now. Shu Ping clasped his fists at Lin Moyu, General Lin Moyu as well. Lin Moyu also clasped his fists and said, "What medicine king?" The two have equal status and treat each other as equals. Shu Ping shook his head and smiled wryly, "Don't call me medicine god, I'm not worthy." There must be a reason for the words. Lin Moyu is not good at flattering, so he didn't say anything. Shu Ping said, "I'll get straight to the point. I heard from Princess Yao that the summoned item of General Lin Shen can detoxify rotting corpses. Can you demonstrate it for me?" Lin Moyu nodded, "Yes, but my Lich General may diffuse the rotting corpse poison for his legion members." As he spoke, he released a Lich General and a skeleton berserker at the same time. The wind was blowing, and the sky was slightly dark. The Lich General, who was more than 3 meters tall, stood in front of several people like a hill, bringing a strong sense of oppression. Lin Moyu's thoughts moved slightly, and the Lich General immediately used his elimination skills, which acted on the skeleton berserker. Lin Moyu also explained, "This skill is called elimination. It can eliminate various abnormal states, and it can also resolve the poison of corrupt households. It's just that the high-level rotting corpse poison can't be resolved either, and Master Yao should be clear about this. Princess Yao did say so. Xu Ping's gaze fell on General Lich. General Lin, this old man has a skill that can analyze other people's skills. The old man wants to analyze the Lich General's skills to see if he can find the root cause of his ability to dissolve the rotting corpse poison. Xu Ping is open and honest, telling the truth. The Lich General is Lin Moyu's summoned object, and Lin Moyu's consent must be obtained to perform skills on it. Lin Moyu did not refuse after thinking about it. Yes. Thank you, Linshan General 1.9. Xu Ping shot a beam of light onto Lich General. General Lich used the elimination skill again, while Xu Ping sensed the information from his own skill. Scramble for analysis. But his brows are getting tighter and tighter. Seeing this, Xu Han felt a bad premonition in his heart. My grandfather never seemed to have such an expression. It seems that this is not the case. The Lich General used his skills several times in a row before stopping. Xu Ping didn't open his eyes, and the few people didn't bother him. After a while, Xu Ping let out a long breath, and Dongfang Yao asked nervously, Grandpa Medicine God, how is it? Xu Ping shook his head. This skill is so special that doctors can't analyze it. Dongfang Yao's complexion suddenly collapsed, and she murmured, then what should I do? Xu Ping thought for a while, and then said to Lin Moyu, General Lin, I want to try again. His eyes fell on the skeleton berserker, and at the same time he took out a crystal bottle, which contained a small amount of black powder. The moment Lin Moyu saw the powder, his expression changed drastically.